Hi there, Miss K here to do more trumpet with you. I hope you've been practicing and progressing through our Team Brass book, page by page by page. I'm going to start off today with page 19, which I think we might have looked at in the lesson. Page 19 in Team Brass, so it says a brass group warm-up. Now, there's only me here at the moment, but if you are playing along with me, then you can do a different line to me. So I'm going to play the middle line, and I want you to play the top line. Okay, now you need to follow me, you need to watch me, because if you don't watch me we won't be together. Okay, so watching me, and here we go, because I'm not going to count. These have got these pause marks over the top, which means they can be as long as I like. So you're going to watch me take a breath like this, play, and then you keep playing until I go like this and nod and put the bell of the trumpet down a bit. Okay, so you'll get the idea. So I'm playing the middle line, you're playing the top line. Ready? Here we go. Next note. Let's see if you could follow me. It's not so easy when I'm not in the same room as you. So you could do that two different ways. You could play along with me, play the middle line to get used to it, and then you could try playing the top line, and then we'll be in harmony, which I can't do on my own, you can't do on your own. So that's a really nice warm-up, get the lips buzzing, playing those long notes. Well done. If you look down, lower down in this page, we've got some slurred slow notes, and this is similar to what we were looking at on page 16 with those slurs. I'm just checking on my notes here whether we've done page 16 before. Yes. So if you look at the slurred slow notes, it's similar to what we do on page 16. So we go relaxed and then blow harder for the higher notes, but not using your tongue. So let's try the slurred slow notes nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. To follow that. Have a listen to the way I did it, and then have a go, pause the video and have a go, and see if you can get a really nice sound on it. Now remember, like on page 16, we can do that same pattern but through different fingering patterns. So we can do it, the whole thing, with our second finger down. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we can go down another semitone. Do it with your first finger down, so we'll be starting on F. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm not going to do any more, but you can carry on and do first and second. That would be starting on E. Then you can do second and third starting on E flat. Then first and third starting on D. And finally, you do it with all three fingers down, which would mean starting on C sharp and going down to F sharp, our lowest note. Starting on F sharp and going up. those, and if you like those, you can try the slurred fast notes, which are at the bottom of that page as well. So that's page 19, all of those lovely warm-ups. Okay, I wanted to look at page 13 today, which is something that we bypassed a long time ago, and you may have had a go at this on your own. This introduces 3/4 time. Now, everything we've played so far has been in 4/4, 4 beats in a bar, just like the Welsh tune, for instance. Or on page 23, you have the sleigh ride, which is in 2 beats in a bar. However, page 13 is 3/4, which means 3 beats in a bar. The 4 at the bottom means we're talking about crotchet beats. So if you look at the beginning of this first tune, there are 3 crotchets. 1, 2, 3, and that's what 3/4 means. 3 of those. The 4 means crotchets. So 3/4, 3 beats in a bar. So let's try getting the feel of that first. Just put my trumpet down instead of playing to do a bit of clapping. So we can go on your knees first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And this kind of makes us want to do a bit of a sway instead of a march or a walk that we would do in 4 or in 2. So the first tune on this page is a slow waltz. W-A-L-T-Z spells waltz. It's a dance. If you ever watch Strictly, they do a dance on Strictly where they go round and round dancing in 3. So this tune actually composed by 11-year-old Joanne Ahmed, I guess a pupil of the guy who wrote the book. We've got a new note length, although we have seen it before in the Saints. So in the second bar, you've got a minim, a 2-beat note, but with a dot after it. And that is called a dotted minim, which means it's a 3-beat note. So as it says just above that, every bar adds up to 3 crotchets or 3 beats. So I'm just going to play this one first for you. You've probably already had a go at this. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Rest, rest. So practice playing along with that, and that'll give you the feel of the 3 beats in a bar. The next tune, actually, its title is in French, Les Ballons, which I always think must mean the balloons. It's a nice floaty tune, just like a balloon floating away. It's in 3. Now, it's got a 4 bars rest at the beginning, and it tells you this means rest for 4 whole bars. You don't need to do that while you're playing on your own, but if you can put the backing track on, that's when you would count and listen to the piano introduction, and you would count 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and then you start playing the music. But that's only when you've got the backing track on. You could ignore that for now. When you get to the last line of the song, there's another 4-bar rest. But again, you can just ignore that and go straight to the next note, unless you're playing with the backing track. Okay, where to breathe in this tune? There is a couple of commas. There are a couple of commas. On the second line there's one, and one near the end telling you where to breathe, but you need to work this out for yourself. It's not that obvious. So think about the phrase, the tune, think about how long you can play, but breathe in a sensible place so that you can breathe when you need to, but it still makes the tune sound good. Okay, gently and dreamy is your instruction for this tune, so I'm going to play it like that. So here's my tempo. I'm going to count 3 and then I'm going to start. 1, 2, 3. So I hope you were counting or swaying along with that in 3. Have a go at that one. It's a really nice tune, actually. The next one is a Round Lullaby. And a round is always when the tune is like one tune starts and the next one layers on top, starting a bit later. So it's not easy to do on your own, but you can try playing along with me on the video once you've got the hang of the song. This is quite an easy song, but again, it's in 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm going to play it like that, which is perhaps a bit fast, a bit challenging, but this is where you're aiming to get. I'll slow it down a little bit. Here I go. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to come back to that one next week once you've had a chance to practice it, and maybe you can play along with me. Remember, you can always pause the video, you can practice it without me, and then you can come back and have another go. Now, if we skip back to page 26, we've done 23, we've done 24, which is the cuckoo. We looked at Austrian holiday on 25 and the Slavic slurs. Yeah. So page 26 goes up to upper B, which I know we can play, we're just getting used to reading it. Let's just play the first tune at the top of the page, and remember the B is in bar 3. B is right in the middle of the line, isn't it? Remember, every good boy deserves food. So here we go. Starting on G, minims, 2 beats on each note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a warm-up, getting you up to that upper B and remembering to read it properly. We could play the scale, couldn't we? The whole scale, which goes up to C. Now, if you turn to page 28, you can see that whole scale up to upper C. We're not reading those tunes yet, but we can play the scale of C. Let's try it. I'm sure you're good at that. Now, back to page 26. Victorian ballad. A ballad is a slow song, or a song with a story, actually. I don't know what the story is, maybe you can make it up. Victorian, you know what Victorian, in the time of Queen Victoria. So it's a kind of old-fashioned tune. What time signature is it? It's in 3, which is why we went back to page 13. So it's again got that kind of swinging kind of feel to it. The structure of this tune is the same as the cuckoo and Austrian holiday, because when you get to the end, this big bubble at the bottom tells you that you have da capo al fine. Now remember, capo is the top or the head, so you go back to the beginning and you play the first 2 lines again and you stop at the bar marked fine, not fine, fine. So the end is actually the end of the second line. So we have the A section, the first 2 lines, the B section, the second 2 lines, something different, then it goes back and plays the A section again and finishes at the bar marked fine. Okay, I'm going to play it for you, and then that gives you something to work on this week, and this will be the last thing we do today. Right, so it's in 3 and it's in a relaxed style. 1, 2, 3. and that's the end of the song, finishing on the home note. If you look at the bottom of the tune where you might think it would finish, it ends on a G, so that's not the home note. So that's Victorian Ballad. If you can play it like that, that would be amazing. Breathing is a bit tricky in that one, so breathe whenever you need to. Have a think about it and decide where the best place is. Okay, so that's 3/4, and playing page 26 up to B, and playing our scale of C and doing some slurs. So I'll see you next time, and we'll carry on where we left off. Bye bye.